right now, the New York Jets, man. Listen, Jets, man, Jets still in the playoff hunt. Probably the best route. I want to say the best route to the playoffs would probably be the division. To me, they're probably not going to get the wild card. The loss last week was heartbreaking to the Chargers, man, because there were some losses in the division with the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Pats all losing. That was a real good opportunity for the Jets to, to position themselves. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Zach Wilson, listen, man, as much as I want Zach to be the guy, Zach is just not the guy, bro. Like, is he physically talented? Is he gifted?
Yes. In
terms of arm strength and, mobility and athletic, but yes, he is. He got all that, but he don't have it up here, man. And as much as we want him to, he just doesn't have it up here, man. Listen, I understand. Look, and we got to do the prerequisite disclaimer. The offensive line is bad. We know the offensive line is bad. They sacked him 8 times. They let him get sacked 8 times last week. An immense amount of pressures they gave up. But other than that, he looked bewildered. He looked lost, and listen, I get the offensive line. I get it, you know what I mean? But Sam Howell, the Commanders quarterback, has just as bad as an offensive line, but he put up 30 on the Eagles. He's putting them numbers, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not every game, but and then another thing with the Jets, right? Obviously, we all know, like, the offense is just inept, man. All these big time playmakers they have on defense, on offense, you got to be able to get them the ball, man. Yes. They went up against the Chargers. Chargers worst pass defense in the league, man, and I believe they're 31st in yards allowed with the pass, and we only could score 6 points in them. I mean, the offense just sucks, man. Man, I don't know, man. Listen, Ed, I'm gonna go to you first, man. Your take on the Jets? Do they make the playoffs? And what are we gonna do with Zach? We're gonna start Trevor Siemian, or what are we gonna do?
I mean, I've been saying it for a while. I know he had his clutch moments the last couple of weeks, but he's just not that guy. The Jets are they only have 3 offensive touchdowns in over the last 4 to 5 games. Like, that's each in one play drives. They have 0 touchdowns in the last almost 38 drives, starting in their own territory.
That's insane, brother.
Not get the ball in the end zone. Like, he has all the intangibles. I feel like, he has the squad, but it's like you said, he doesn't have it there. He outshined Herbert, and Herbert is I didn't want to say this word, but Herbert is a stud, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he's a baller. You know what I mean? And he had the shot to outshine Herbert. He fumbled 3 times yesterday. All for losses that game. Shout out to the Chargers defense. They got a crazy front, for and linebackers, Khalil Mack.
But overall they suck against the pass, man. Quarterbacks have an average 100 QBR rating against them, man. You could throw in them all day, brother. You know what I'm saying?
So that's another thing. He had a QBR rating of 17.9. Like, you can't win a game if your QBR rating that low, And then
17.9. What the fuck is that, man?
Yes, 17.9. You know what I mean? Like, you not winning no game with that guy like that. I think it's time for the Jets to sit that dude down and sit him down for good. That's how I feel, man.
You got fumbles, you got pre-snap penalties, discipline. Listen, on the flip side of that, right? Q, I'm gonna hand it off to you. They have a great fucking defense, right? Phenomenal defense. Yes. Top 5 defense. Defense is stout, right? But we spoke about this before, man. A lot of 3 and outs. That defense don't look good. You look like the Chargers put up some numbers on them last week. What was this? You got the score? You have the score in front of you?
I forgot what it was. 27-6.
27. Yeah, they scored 27, but it didn't feel like it wasn't like a loud 27. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it was mostly Austin Eckler doing everything. Right. And I was running wild because Herbert didn't do nothing. He had a bad game.
But the defense played well. But here's the thing: when you have constant 3 and outs, we all know the defense gets fatigued. So the front 4 takes it longer to get to the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? The linebackers maybe lose a little timing off tackles because they're fatigued. Maybe a cornerback, you know what I'm saying, is a little bit slower and could have a pick 6, but he's just maybe a second off because of the fatigue, because of the constant 3 and outs. You know what I'm saying? So, Q, I'm gonna go to you on this, man. With such a great defense and an inept, very futile offense, where do you see them taking this shit to, man, in terms of a playoff picture this year?
Nowhere. I don't think they can win. I don't think they're gonna get to the playoffs, man. Because think about it, they're halfway through the season. You know how exhausted that defense is gonna be toward the end of the half of the season, and they still gotta play some good. Like they still gotta play teams like the Bills, who could, you know, the Bills doing good. They gotta play Miami still. You know, the Patriots always play the Jets good. Like, and if Zach Wilson's gonna be Zach Wilson for the remainder of the season, then what are you gonna do? You know, like Ed said, you know, like they can't score. You said there in that, the Jets are dead last in scoring touchdowns.
You need
that's horrible. Like that's a horrible stat to have as a team. And you also
who's next? The Giants probably, I would imagine, right? The Giants are probably right there with them, right?
Yeah,
probably. But we also had 3 different quarterbacks, and one of them a rookie who they don't even let throw the ball.
Yeah.
But you know, but like with the team like the Jets, you gotta understand these guys play at a very high caliber. They play with passion. You know, they play like they want to win, and they're not winning games that they should be winning, and they're scraping by. And in my opinion, getting lucky on the games that they do win now, and it's coming from the defense, and a lot of that's not coming from the quarterback, and that's the heart of the team, in my opinion. It's the quarterback. You know, a fucking great quarterback can take an team and have that team playing like, holy shit, man, what the hell? These are like the number 1 team in the league. You know, like if you have, and Zach Wilson's not that quarterback, you know, that they're not rallying up for him, man. They're just, and it's not just them holding back. It's just he's not doing his part and doing what he has to do to help this team be better and win more of these games. And a lot of that falls on the quarterback. These guys don't just get paid, you know, some of the most money in the league for no reason. The pressure falls all on them. Granted, Zach ain't getting that money, but still, that's one of the most important jobs, man. You're the one who has to delegate. When you're 3 and out every fucking time, for that, you might as well just let Breece Hall run the ball every time, man. You know, like what the Giants did to freaking Saquon Barkley. You probably have a better chance of scoring than letting Zach make decisions, because obviously he's not making the right ones. You know, he's just not looking good.
He holds the ball way too long, bro.
He drops back too far. He drops back too far, and you know his play. To jump on Q's point, because Q was dropping bombs right now. So that hinders Breece Hall's focus. I mean growth. I'm sorry, that hinders Breece Hall's growth for the running game, because they see that Zach is not moving the ball downfield. So what the defense is going to do? They're going to focus all on Breece.
They're going to load the box because they know he can't take the top off the defense. Absolutely.
There you go. There you go. So, you know, it's a whole bunch of message things. So I think they got to sit him down, man. They got to sit him down. That's it. Sit him down. That's it. I'm done with him. Stick a fork in him.
Who do we got? Trevor Siemian, Tim Boyle. I mean, here's the flip side. Let me play devil's advocate for a minute. I mean, none of them jump off the page to me, right? We've seen both of them in action before. They're pedestrian at best, right? You know, I think part of me thinks that, you know, because I was listening to Robert Saleh in the press conference this week, and they asked him about that. Robert Saleh was talking crazy, talking about I plead the fifth and all this crazy shit. But he said him and the front office are on the same page, man. It makes me think the front office is calling the shots, man. But I say that to say this. I think that Aaron Rodgers is one of the reasons why Zach won't sit, because Zach is not sitting this week. They already said that he's going to be starting, right? You know, I think they want to please Rodgers. They don't want to lose Rodgers. They have a plan, you know what I mean? They want Rodgers to come back. They don't want to piss Rodgers off and Rodgers to be like, you know, fuck this. I'm just gonna sit down. Now, I don't think he would do that for Zach Wilson, but I don't think they want to ruffle his feathers, so to speak. Listen, the defense, like I said, I love the defense. I love their secondary, man. Sauce and what's the other kid named? Reed?
Yeah.
Ooh, Whitehead, safety, Whitehead. You know what I'm saying? They got a great defense, man, but they're not going to.
Their front four is crazy. They have 5 sacks last game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So they get to the quarterback. Absolutely, man. They make Pro Bowl quarterbacks look regular. So,
but it's like y'all said, if you keep on getting 3 and outs, your defense is going to get tired. There's only so much a defense could do. And if they get tired, you know, there's some defense, like, look what they did last year on him. They turned their back on him. They kind of they heading towards the same direction again. And I know this year with the influence of Aaron Rodgers, I know they're not calling him out like that because on the media at least, but you never know what's going on in that locker room. I think it's time to let Tim Boyle, like it's Boyle, right? Let him.
And Trevor Siemian, both of those are the backups.
I don't know about Trevor because he doesn't know this team. He knows the Hackett system, but Boyle's been there all preseason. He had a couple of preseasons. I know preseason is different from regular season, but throw Boyle in there. Like, what's the worst?
It's like Zach Wilson don't know the system either at this point.
You know
Like,
what I mean?
You know, there was rumblings that he couldn't remember. He couldn't learn the playbook last year, but Robert Sala's a defensive minded coach. You know, he designed that 49er defense when he was there. You know, they were beasts and shit. I just think he's lost when it comes to offense. You ever seen him on the sidelines? He has this like look in his face. You don't get shit out of Robinson. You know, Dable is as bad as Dable's doing. You know, he's running up court. He's pumping his fist. He's getting on. I want to see some of that. I'm like, what's up, nigga? Like you just standing there like bad clock management all the time.
Oh my god.
I just feel like, you know, I don't.
He on the hot seat.
It's hard to develop, in my opinion. And this is not always true, but in my opinion, it's hard to develop a young quarterback with a like, you know, defensive coordinator who steps up and becomes the head coach. Is it impossible? No, it's not. We've seen Belichick, we've seen Brady, we've seen a bunch of teams do it. But a lot of the times, man, I think like offensive coordinators or offensive minded coaches develop quarterbacks a little bit better. You know what I mean? But I'm not making excuses for Zach, man. He's just not the guy. And this week they play the Raiders.
Yes.
I tell you what, if they lose to the Raiders, curtains, my brothers, it's a wrap, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's just sad to see, man, because you know I'm a Giants fan, but I root for the Jets too, man. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, man.
We New York everything, man.
Yeah,
New York everything. You know what I'm saying?
Baby.
NYC all day, man.